Getting ready for this Saturday's game down at the DCU Center between Auburn High School and Wachusett. Tim Foley alongside the Auburn varsity captains. Of course, we're looking at Braden, Austin, Landon, and Ethan. Guys, getting ready for this Saturday's game. First off, it's a rematch of last year's game. How are you feeling going into this rematch?
I feel like the boys want some revenge out there. They got the best of us last year. Came out kind of flat-footed in the first and the second period. Turned things around in the third, but it wasn't enough to win the game.
Not enough to win the game, but you're going to look to turn it around this year. You're going to be playing a game at the DCU Center. You played it there last year. It's a big building. What's it like when you go to get into these atmospheres where all your friends and family are there and cheering you on?
Honestly, I just kind of shut it all out. I just look for the hot moms in the crowd and then just kind of play from there, you know?
Well, trying to see if Auburn's going to be focused on the game here this Saturday. Aside from that, some of the strengths of this year's team, what would you guys say?
Definitely our forwards. We got a solid goaltender, Ethan over here. And all around, we have a solid team. It's just when we put things together, we're a better team than we usually are.
I'm glad you pointed him out. I don't think I would have picked out the goalie otherwise. Now, final message you guys have here, friends and family, get them down to the DCU Center and cheer you on this weekend.
It's going to be a good game. Come out, support the boys. Be rolling all periods, hopefully for a win.
There you have it. Auburn High School varsity captains. Thanks, guys. Good luck.
Thank you.
Standing here alongside Wachusett varsity captains Thomas and Parker. Guys, we're getting ready for the game this Saturday at the DCU Center against Auburn High School. First off, it's a rematch of last year's game. Just tell us how that game went.
Yeah, it was a good battle first couple periods, but we ended up pulling away 3-1 for the win.
Now, what is it about this year's team that makes you guys a little different than what you guys were looking at last year?
I think we're faster and stronger, more competitive, so I think it should be a good game.
So coming into this game at the DCU Center, it's a pretty big building. Obviously, you played there last year. Tell us, what's that atmosphere like? You get to go into the DCU Center and play in this big building that can fill up with thousands of fans.
Oh, it's great. Playing somewhere like you don't usually play. It's great to play in a new atmosphere. Different perspective from the ice, too, as well.
Any players in particular going into Saturday's game that we should keep an eye on here?
I think number 19, Jason Flaherty. Always got to watch out for him.
Got to keep an eye on Jason there. Now, guys, last question for you here. Coming into this game, message to friends, family, fans alike to try and get them to come out and support you guys against Auburn.
Oh, come on. We know the boys love coming to the game, so they'll be there for sure.
Thomas?
Got to be there. Big game.
Got to be there. Big game. Thanks, guys. Good luck.
Thank you.
Standing here alongside Pudge, as I've been told to refer to you as by our group sales manager, Paul O'Leary. Now, Coach, going into this weekend's game between Auburn and Wachusett down at the DCU Center, first off, just talk about that atmosphere, what it's like to have your team play in that building.
It's a great place to play. You know, it's fun. Kids love it. I love it. So it's a good environment usually. You know, it's always a good crowd. So we'll see what happens.
It's a rematch of last year's game against Wachusett. You guys are looking for a rematch here, a little bit of revenge. Talk about your experience last year and how you guys are trying to battle back this year.
Yeah, we didn't get off to a good start last year, that's for sure. But we'll see what happens this year. We got a lot of things we got to fix before Saturday. So,
what would you say are some of the strengths of this year's team as you look at this roster and get ready for the weekend?
this team, if they can put it together, I would say watch out. That's about what I can tell you.
Watch out. That's the warning there from Pudge. Coach, any final words you have to the fans and family of these players to get them to come out to the DCU Center this weekend?
Thanks for coming out and supporting the boys, and hopefully we can put a good show on. It'll be a good game.
There you have it, Pudge. Thanks so much.
No problem.
Here with Wachusett High School varsity coach Matt Lane. Coach, getting ready for this Saturday's game against Auburn High down at the DCU Center. First off, getting to play in a building like that, just what's that like for the team? What's it do for the guys?
It's a blast. It's a great experience for the guys. You know, they grew up playing there a little bit with the Railers organization, the Sharks organization, and to get to play on that ice is something special for them.
So, of course, continuing that tradition of high school hockey down at the DCU Center. Now, this is a rematch of last year's game against Auburn. Talk about that game and what you guys were able to learn from it.
Yeah, we've played in Auburn down there a few times, probably 2 or 3 times in the past 10 years or so. Always a good game. Coach Pudge does a great job with his guys. Always tough to score on, always closely contested. So we're looking forward to a good fight.
Talk about your team this year. What makes you guys a formidable opponent?
We have you know, a handful of guys that can really put the puck in the net. We've scored a bunch of goals this year, and our defense is coming along, and you know, we're going to be peaking at the right time, I hope, in a few weeks.
And then keys to victory here down at the DCU Center. What's your strategy going into the game?
Score more goals than they do.
It's not a bad one. Usually works out whenever someone can pull that off. Final thing for you here, Coach, your message to fans and family alike to get them to come out to the game and support you guys.
Oh, Wachusett Auburn is a long-standing tradition. You talk to the guys that played there in the 70s. It's just, I hope they all come out. They always do. We are always well supported that day, and it should be a fun night.
Auburn and Wachusett coming up from the DCU Center at 2:30 on Saturday, just before the Railers' Star Wars night later on in the evening. Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, appreciate you guys.